If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Joined this morning by Sylacauga Aggie head baseball coach Jeff Bell, and man, it's been a whirlwind the last few days, hasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, we played a good bit lately, and played some good teams, and have been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
And
started out Saturday with Opelika.
Yeah, sure did. Played them, and sort of avenged an earlier loss. The kids played really well, played really hard, and we were sort of benefited the timing of the schedule. They had just come off a tough week against Benjamin Russell. So we had a lot of pieces sort of fall in the right place, but not to take anything away from the kids, though, they played really well and have continued to play well since then.
Well, speaking of tough schedule, man, you just jumped right out of the pan into the fire, and with a busy week, first stop at Munford on Monday night.
Right. Well, we actually had a makeup from a rainout on Monday night, played Chilton County, and then jumped into area play against Munford on Tuesday.
Yeah. And Munford, of course, is an area opponent, so we want to talk about that. Right. And one of those 5 innings game, you always smile at one of those, especially if you're on the good side of it.
That's right. Well, we got lucky with, I say lucky. We were pretty good, and we jumped out to a really quick start, and sort of benefited from some tricky bounces the ball took. They didn't play their best game, and we know they're a much better team than they played Tuesday. So we expect a lot closer game tonight, and I don't think the kids take for granted that we're just going to come out and it be a 15-1 game again. We expect a lot closer game than that.
Well, in the game Tuesday night, excellent pitching and solid hitting.
Yeah, we played well in all 3 phases. Tyler Thompson, of course, does what he does.
He's your man.
And he is. He kept them. Yeah, gave up a couple of hits, but showed off a new pickoff move that we didn't know he had. I think he picked off 2 or 3 guys, but of course threw strikes like he always does. And defense played really good behind him. And our hitting is continuing to get better and better and better each week.
Big innings too.
Yeah. We got 5 in the first, and had an 8-run inning in the 4th. So I mean, you're kind of on cruise control at that point, just trying to shorten the game down and get outs on defense and try to get everybody through it healthy. Kind of bottle up some of those runs for tonight.
Well, doubleheader tonight here at Walton Cruz Field, and against this same Munford team. They're going to have a mad on too.
They will. Well, first of all, they're really athletic. They got good speed. They got good arms. They swing the bats really well. They're well coached. They do a lot of things right. Like I said earlier, we benefited from some good breaks the other night. And yeah, I'm sure they're going to be pretty motivated tonight. But hopefully we come out, kind of jump on them again, and sort of ride the wave on out.
Have you selected your starters for Game 1 and Game 2?
Game 2, not yet. I have an idea of how we're going to do it. Andrew Schmidt's going to start the first game tonight.
Talk about him a little bit.
He's recovering from surgery on his UCL and his elbow. He's healthy. He's cleared. He's good to go. He's just at a strength and stamina level, not where he is, where we can just hand him the ball and say, "Hey, you got it, big guy." We have to build him up. So he's not ready to throw 100 pitches yet, and that's what sort of gets us into the flow of the game kind of thing with who finishes that game and who's going to start. We're going to use Cole Porch at some point tonight. Depending on the score of the game, it could be in the first one. And if we don't need him in the first game tonight, he's going to start Game 2.
And Porch is a guy that he can do work from several different areas for you.
Yeah, well, he plays a lot of positions. First of all, he's an outfielder, he's first baseman. He's starting to swing it better here lately. Had a really good day yesterday. But he can start on the mound. He can come in tough situations on the mound. He's going to limit the running game because he's got a really, really good pickoff move. So there's sort of a number in our head of whether we use him in a close game in the first game tonight, or whether we start him in game 2 and let him go. Now, he's got kind of a tender elbow right now too, so he's not at full strength. So it may be a case where we have to use Andrew and Cole and let them sort of double team the first game tonight.
Yeah. We know we got the varsity doubleheaders. Is it a JV game prior to that, or just doubleheaders?
Actually, the JV is on the road at Mumford.
Okay.
So we're sort of at different sites tonight.
Okay.
Figuring out the logistics of that's always pretty tough, but we got a good staff that's kind of bought into the program, and while they would like to be at the varsity game like we all would,
do what you got to do.
That's right. So we got a lot of team players.
This matchup today, it would be great if you go 3-0 in area play early in the season.
It would. It sets you up pretty good, especially in only a 3-team area. It's a really a big confidence booster for us to just continue to win. And you know what? Even if not win, if we continue to play well, because they're a pretty confident group right now. If we finish the week 3-0 in the area, and then have a big win tomorrow night and have a good showing Saturday and just sort of continue to keep riding the momentum on through next week. Well, after that, it's, the playoffs are knocking on the door then, and that's when you really want to start playing your best.
It's amazing how confidence can play such a huge role in a successful team.
Yeah. I learned a valuable psychological trick from a really good friend of mine. It's probably been 10 years ago now, where sometimes in batting practice when the kid's struggling, it's not swinging it well, he's not getting some of the breaks, you can correct the swing one day, and then he'll come back tomorrow and have the exact same swing, and depending on how you critique it, you tell him, hey, it's there, it's close, you're swinging it better now. It's the same swing. It's amazing how much better they all of a sudden start playing just because they've now got confidence. Still the same player, but now they're a confident player. And tell you what, ours don't think they can be beat.
1 through 9, that's a good feeling to have.
It's really good. It's fun to coach too.
Yeah. First pitch today, 4 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay. And tickets available at the gate.
At the gate.
And you can eat supper there and enjoy 2 fantastic baseball games. Sylacauga hosting Munford in an area matchup. Tomorrow, you change up a little bit, but you played this team earlier and had good success with them. But they're a good team too. The Childersburg Tigers come here.
They are. Well, and they're a proud group. They're a well-coached group. They're athletics. And the old rivalry equalizes everything. So where I said earlier that we benefited from the way the schedules have turned, Childersburg's catching us at kind of a vulnerable time too, because we're in the middle of our area, and we've got a big 7A school on Saturday. So we got Childersburg sandwiched in between that, and I know they want to win, because it's Childersburg and Sylacauga. So it's going to be hard to get over the hangover of playing a tough area game tonight and knowing that you've got a 7A doubleheader on Saturday. It's going to be, we're going to need to be ready to play.
You mentioned the doubleheader on Saturday against, you're stepping up in classification again.
Yeah, playing Thompson, who they've had a couple of big wins lately. I don't know if what their schedule's been like this week, so hopefully all that sort of equals out. But I know they're going to be able to hit, because they always do. So we'll see it. You know, at that point, after you're coming off area games and you got more area games next week, the Saturday games now become into who's more motivated. So that's going to kind of be my job heading into the weekend, is being sure that we're motivated and ready to play Saturday.
A couple more minutes with Jeff Bell, head baseball coach of the Sylacauga Aggies. It's a busy week, a lot of key games for the Aggies. Outside looking in, you concerned about the arm workload this week? You've got a lot of games and a lot of innings to be played between now and then.
Well, the number of innings in the span of the week, it kind of concerns you that you're going to have enough pitching to last you through the week. As far as the wear and tear, we're in really good shape. We've limited, and it's something that Coach Carter and I talk about all the time, is not, I mean, like Tyler's a really good example. It'd be easy for us every fourth day to say, here you go pitch, because he gives us a really good chance to win that day. But we're also wise enough to know we need him next week and the week after and the week after. So the pitch counts stay pretty low with most of our guys. Their innings stay really low. I think Tyler leads our team in innings pitched with like 26. So, I mean, we've played a lot of games, but we're cycling guys through on the mound at a pretty consistent level where nobody's overthrowing.
Yeah. Before we go this morning, the hitting has picked up, the winning has picked up, and it's a good time to be a Sylacauga Aggie baseball fan. Who's two or three of the guys whose bats have come alive in the last week or so?
Well, it's an interesting question. Nick Malden his bat hadn't really come alive any more than it has all year. He's been pretty consistent for us this year. He's hitting in the 400s. Zach Dew, as his batting average has gone up. He's starting to hit the ball really hard. Peyton Natale had a 3-hit game against Mudford. Jordan Ridgway's having good at bats. Luke Honeycutt's back, so the more at bats he gets, the more consistent he's becoming. Well, if you'd been at our practice yesterday and watched us tape back in practice, it's when all these guys are now starting to, we talked a minute ago about confidence. When all these guys start feeling good, and the weather starts to warm up and one good round of batting practice turns into another one, our batting practice yesterday was fun to watch. Just as a casual fan, not as the coach, just as a casual fan, see how hard these guys are hitting balls right now.
All right, that's fantastic. Let's hope they hit them this afternoon. First pitch 4 o'clock over Walton Cruz Field. Sylacauga hosting Munford in a doubleheader. Back tomorrow at the field for a matchup against the Childersburg Tigers. Coach Jeff Bell, our guest this morning. Coach, always a pleasure.
Hey, thank you.
More Daybreak right after this.